people, and good evening. We don't come today. This one on Obaland TV. Today, we go talk the matter will be say, it concern everybody for that Edo State will be say we day. Because we they hear everything, will be say they happen, they be say, people they run from outside, they enter back here, they pass the other side, they come out. Not be small thing. We don't say the wahala don't do too much, but as it can't be so, today we go invite two of our big brothers. We be say they want talk for this matter. We be say concern security. We be say in order for Edo State, and these people we talk about. So now people will be say everybody don't even know of. One of them, like the person will be say will know for Edo Woloshenka because in a professor for one school for London for Bodo Igbo. And the other of our brother we say would wait for two. Now person we say in don't try tire. He don't try make maybe say the Edo people they come together. This person they talk about so when I see do well. Then they call him Edopkolo, Chief Edopkolo, now be a name. And today they want to discuss what be say either the government or the public go do for this matter. Will be say a concern security will be say dey for those states. In fact, some of the things will be so we'll talk about now matter will be say concern how the fit start now they monitor this situation and what thing they will do to make sure say this insecurity of those states say at least whether good or bad. We don't say we should not do everything finish, but at least we will still try our best. But now we go invite them come our studio. May they come use talk so many things we say it go really help the government even for the state there, which they feel to be they take help and assist people for that our country. Now we invite them to come our studio. Okay. Now they don't come studio now, so as my people. So this is our big brother should be saying we they invite come today. Okay, Professor Agbonlaho, you are welcome to Obaland TV, and our chief, Dr.Bishop J.O. You are welcome to Obaland TV station because today we don't tell them we connect the matter where we say it concern our people, especially for Edo State. There we say wahala don't jambrata. So today we can't discuss this issue. No one know as it be. So as it be so, we not say time not today like that. But this matter we go share them. Maybe say as we talk them, people they hear us, and so people too if they get comment to the one leave or question they want ask. All of us we go to see and hear the kind of question we say they want ask, and we go still ready to answer their question because now everything will take better. Now everybody there. So as we talk about before, first of all, I would like to welcome our professor because now in the know for the Woloshenka of Edo State because the big grammar will be say a day. Today he will break it down for us, but not be sporting. So we go welcome back come our studio now. Professor Agbonlaho, you are welcome to Obaland TV.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
You do well. So for this place here, we don't knock Oyibo will be say it's too big. We don't say it go hard small because we don't say even people will say look your back for them. Don't say now the kind of book will be say you don't write, don't be small thing. And you don't write what if say concern this matter will be say we go still talk today. And we don't hear say even for that Oyibo where you did for there, you don't help many people. For the matter will be say how do we fit resolve problem? So today, when they call you now come Obaland TV, may you use matter talk more for inside we say concern this matter we say with the face for our country for there. So as we talked about before, you would like me you tell us what it be say you they do, make our public we say they hear us from here, may therefore know.
Well, I agree to now. Simply put, I be una friend, una pikin, una father to una grandfather. My name is Agbonlaho. I'm not enamored of labels. So doctors, professors, and things like that. Now 8 years, I will call live. My papa born me, now he call me Martins. Idiakosa Agbonlaho. So my name is Martins Agbonlaho, to cut the story short. I'm a journalist too, and I'm an author as well, and I'm a social crusader too. What I mean by this, let me say anything we go make my country better. Me, I stand for that thing very, very well. And if you look at most of my books now waiting our country could go ahead. Now me they do. And they talk about our tradition and our culture and how our culture will go better for all of us. Now me they do. Through my book too, I advise people make that they do waiting is good. Make that they practice the job where they go fit defend. Especially most of us here when they for diaspora and when they for Obodo Ibo. Job when we go fit defend. So that if police stop us tomorrow, I go fit talk and we go fit talk and say me I dey work for factory and they go let me go. Not be say make I go begin to hide here and hide there. Because if they do so, if they engage in jobs that we will not fit defend, we they bring bad name to Edo land and to Nigeria as a whole. That is why I make Oyibo people today now. Anytime they see Nigeria, they don't they just lambast us. They don't give us name. They don't brand us as thieves, criminal, hustlers and things like that. But not be all of us be so now. So I dey wish and I dey pray through my books, make una dey read them, make una dey redirect una self. I know say to do good, easy, because they even talk and say, he say to do good is a very, very difficult thing because now in this world, we there for the world of falsehood and deceit. Now it happen. But if you look at critically, we go still do little good, play our own part, make Nigeria better and make Edo better. So what be the good? Maybe you go ask me, say, which kind of good now good? Now go fit do because good na broad word. Well, our holy book talk I think that Jesus talk he said, whatsoever you do unto the least of these, my brethren, that you do unto me. Make I break am for pidgin English. He talk and say, anything when you do to the smallest pikin, chekere, baby, anything when you do against them, now me you do unto. So in other words, may we do good. Waiting we not fit do. Waiting we don't want make somebody do to us. May we not do unto the rest. Now be everything when my books they preach. I've been a writer and a journalist for over 30 years, and I get a lot of readers when they read my books, and they connect to me through my books too. Thank you.
You do well, you do well. So this one an opportunity for us now. Say before we enter the Ogboge matter, we say we come here for true. We go like to add because we here say get one book of research we say it just new come out now. What is the name of that book again? What are the poor what is the name of that book again? The poor.
Okay, my book now another poor cow.
Because I want me you talking about yourself. Another poor cow. So because as people, my people that don't see this one another poor cow. So before we say we enter this Ogbonge matter, we go like me you tell us more for what we say it concern this your book.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, like I tell you before, my book they talk about culture and tradition. For this my book here, now the good part of our culture now I bring out to, and I still bring about the bad aspect of our culture and our tradition where we need to repair. Now I bring about for this book, and the good thing when I say bring about for this book, now the art of storytelling. Most of us want to tell our children our story again. We remember that time when we grow up, our papa they organized what they call Ibota. Now that of us go sit there, they're going to teach us these stories about why tortoise they smart, why tortoise be they talk lie. Why this bird, guinea fowl, why head swell up, why ten day body, why the dust day body. These are different stories, but they are not just stories like that. These are stories that teach morality. Now you can teach us principle. If you remember, when we grow up for Nigeria, there for Benin City, if we do anything, even then at the least misdemeanor, that is the least offense, maybe we steal meat for pot of soup. Our papa will call us, beat us, but he go tell us story to guide against stealing. If we talk lie, he go tell us story to guide against lies. So now most of these stories now he did there. You know why our father they tell us that one? They tell us to make us not to be morally bankrupt. That is may we be good people, may we not lose morality, may we be good person. Not because we not go do bad thing again, oh. But if our father don't tell us this story finish, if we can't do bad one day, anytime we'll grow up, that thing go beat us for head. He go tell us, say, remember, oh, your papa tell you this kind of thing, you know you do them. That story when he tell you. Now that thing I would call people, they call and say, still small voice. Everybody get them now. He go to your heart. He go tell you, make you not do this thing, no good. Oh. Another one say do am. What else make you not do at all? Papa say, Papa want to make you not do am. Oh. So now that still small voice. Now be the virtue when our Papa instill into us. You know, so now I this book preach. So it's about 200 pages. But now simple English at the right time, but not be big grammar. If you pick them, most of my readers, they don't read them for one day. Only one day, just dedicate one day, they read them. And they also they comment them. So if you go find time, make you get your own copy. It's there for Amazon or bookshops everywhere. I also get website. My website is martinsagbonlaho.com. If you go there, you go physically buy them. Just write my Agbonlaho or write another pokal. So get a copy for yourself. Una do well, Una. Thank you for listening to me.
You do well, you do well. Our chief don't come now, Chief Dr.Bishop, omogiade Edopkolo. You are welcome to Obaland TV. Because we know say like say delay this because of this network matter. So we only talk with our professor because two of them today will come tell us many things when we say you go feel help insecurity when we say it did for that Edo State. So now we would like people to introduce you come to the house. So our people, as we talked about before, so now our chief he don't come. I beg you would like to because we also don't forget you for this program before we say different from the one we so get today. But today we would like make you still tell people who you be and things when we say they do.
My people, I agree to now. First of all, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties before we come on board. And I know say before if Nigeria now they go to complain say Nigeria network no good here and there, but this now still abroad now. Sometimes we experience difficulties everywhere in the world. But anyways, my people agree to that. I mean, be Chief Dr. Omogiade in Edopkolo. Na me be the president of Edo Progressive Indigenous Association, and also the CEO of Canada World Conglomerates. And I'll be motivational speaker, and I believe in the interests of our own people and the interests of mankind in general. I agree to that very well.
You do well, you do well. So as it be so, for this matter, we want to talk so, because we know, say, if we make we pour them away, time not go reach any of us. So as we go do them for here today, it be like say, I go to ring bell. Once one person talk, before he talk finish, I go see ring bell, make another person for see chance they talk. So what you go happen be say, now make I look at as it be for here now. We go first ask our professor, Martin Agbonlaho, as a company, so we be say the matter now, it don't jam brata, it don't scatter everywhere. So for your own mind, for your own thinking, what kind of security you think say we need for that Edo State?
Well, first of all, if you talk of, say, which kind of security, let me assume that you are talking of security outfits or apparatuses. I want to assume that you're talking. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about like the Amotekun that the Yoruba people have, the Bakassi of the East, and another one in the North. I want to suspect that is what you mean by what kind of security should we have. I want to assume that's what you mean. But if that is what you mean, well, I don't subscribe to these factions because they don't actually work. If you give security to people, maybe they handle them, or group maybe they handle them, they go misuse them so much so that now we will be citizens. Now we need to be hot. They will not do anything. So I'm saying it without mincing words that the idea of security now government need to handle them. The police is there to provide security and maintain peace and order for the state. So if you are talking about what kind of security would now we want for that country, if you are talking of maybe having a private security for the state, it wouldn't work. And I know what I'm talking about. If you give this state security to private individuals, they are going to mismanage it so much so that people will be hurt, they will be devastated, they will be killed, they will be abused. So the end will not justify the means anymore. So the best thing is let the police handle it. Of course, you will have your own doubts and say maybe the police are weak. That's another story altogether.
So you do well. The time don't last for there. We will come back again to you again for another for that what we see the talk they go. So now we go like to talk with our chief Dr.Bishop Omogiade. So now with the situation we say get for grab now for our Edo State for there. As you don't hear just now from our honorable professor. Now, what do you think now? Say everybody, both the government or whosoever will be, what do you think say they go fit do now for this matter will be say concerning security for Edo State? Now we go like to make you talk to us, Chief Dr. Bishop Obaland.
Oteme, first of all, I want to applaud my Professor Agbonlaho. I didn't have time to do that earlier. But anyways, talking about, when we talk about security, make we not forget, say, the thing where the trouble live, now under the live, now a day. We talk about our own people, and our people now be also the police officers, now be also the vigilantes where they talk about. Let's not forget that the solution to the security way they inside that state now our hand the day, and our people will be the police, whether not the vigilante, whether not the people for the whether not the government too, they know the solution. This not be, we don't need rocket science to understand, say the solution they our hand. Number one, the government themselves and the politicians, the people we make up government, they know the problem. And this problem not be today start. This not be new problem where we say we would scratch our head to find solution. This not problem where they within us, we don't enter our bloodstream. Why I mean so? Now say the people where they do all these things, they get leaders. All these boys where they see say that they hold, they catch for everywhere. So all of them get leaders, and they work with commands. And majority of their leaders, they inside government there, they be politicians. So it be like, say, sometimes we go to beat around the bush, we not go on just go direct to the point. That be the problem where would they get? If you look at this situation now, Voedu, this no be uncommon situation. This not, issues where don't they arise before. Now pre-existing issues. This type of thing will happen before. Now it don't happen last year December. It don't happen the one before. Like that they go. Now, what will be the solution when the previous administration before Godwin Obaseki administration coming, which is Oshombole? Which solution he provide? He called this some of the talking about the fraternity groups. I called them together. I called Rainbow. We talk to them. We begin to give them money. Say make them quell the situation. And the police themselves now, if you go to police station now, you go find out say most of these criminal elements, their leaders, they go come see the account.
Now I beg make you not first. Now your time don't almost reach, so that you go come back again for that your matter will be saying they talk, you will talk and finish. So now because we they try to look, and because we don't say the things many for ground, because we see make we just give time like that, it don't go reach for us. So now I beg say our professor talk one thing just say what did they propose for grant? Say that what if now what that they take with that say it not go work. So my professor, I would like that you tell us now, what do you think now say go work?
Well, what I think say go work is to empower the police, because the police officers or the police as a force, they are legally and constitutionally obliged to take care of those citizens. So let us empower the police by giving them what they want. We know that the police, the caricature kind of police we have in Nigeria is they are more or less laughing stock, and we know the reason for this one. I think the best thing for us is to empower the police so that the police will do their work and do it proficiently, or rather efficiently, rather than giving this security to people or private individuals. Because like I told you, it not go work. What it go work is let us be honest amongst ourselves, empower the police, give them what they want, and let them perform. That is the solution.
Okay, you do well. So now, as you talk on yours now, we not argue that one at all. But that thing did there, when we say, when they come back later, when we say, we'll ask matter, when we say, concern what you say, just talk just now. So to our chief now, you hear what he say, Martin Agbonlaho, how they talk. So now, when they come back to where we say, you for stop yours now, we say, you talk one thing yours now, say, this thing don't really happen before. But the issue now be say, if we say, make we open that page of how what they happen before, maybe the blame will come too much. But as it be now, because that one be the reason why we say we bring Una come here today, because we don't say Una go find small solution, if not be all, for the matter we say the apostle. So we go like me, you tell us now, what do you think say they need to do? Because it don't they cut everywhere.
Okay, my brother, the solution to the security challenges in for our state, number one, now a complete shift of paradigm for the people where they handle legal matter. Now, whether you deploy, all of us know the challenges where our police they face for the country and the type of police we will get and the mindset we then get. We have to look into that. Whether you give all the police, equip the police with anything where you want to, whatsoever amount or equipment where you want to give police, if you equip them with all those things, the truth of the matter is that if their mindset still they corrupt, now the same result now you go get. Because when they do the same thing, you're not going to do the same thing, they expect a different result. So the solution here, first of all, now to make sure, say, government themselves, they're very transparent with the prosecution of crimes, and also to work very closely with those police by having their own database, the government themselves, to checkmate the police themselves, either by setting up any kind of committee where we say they go to take the database and they follow up the prosecutions where we say the police the people who don't commit crime, where police don't catch, government go have their own database or set up a committee to that effect. They take their own database to make sure, say, those people, as them prosecute them, the thing where they say they want to do them, now they actually do them, which means the consequences where then say they applicable to those people, to make sure say it actually they applicable to them. Because the problem now, say, my brother, our police, to be honest with you, they be about the best police for the world. They know everything. They know who be thief. They know who be good person. Psychologically, I don't know how it they work for them, but they work for them. Now, if you look at the people, the prison break where they break now, where we say you never even two-tay now, you don't see say our police on the card. They know all of them. Now they try to tell you before. Say most of these leaders, then they go, they settle the oga pata of all these police, and they go to allow their things they fly. So these are areas where you must tackle first. You not go say make we just begin bring equipment. If you like, you give them all the ammo tank where they this world. When the mind is corrupt, you not go get any result. So bottom line is that, thank God for a neutral governor that we have now. Say yes, this governor they now new energy. So we need to pressurize this government to make sure say he set up all these departments where we say like whistleblowing department, attract people where we say that they actually when they know them for inside this society when one repent, when no one persists with this thing. So they use them to work.
Okay, you do well. You do well. So now, because as you talk about just now, we don't see argue around. Even with the waiting our professor they talk to, but that's still there for that place too. When we say still talk too. But the issue now be say, we'll talk about now the public themselves, individuals, because when they talk about one area now, the individuals. So now, our professor, for the individual body now, what do you think? Say individual, which contribution? Therefore, supposed to take contribute to this one when we say with the talk so.
Well, my own standpoint remains, and that's the state. Individuals, they're not involved in any way because the state, like I told you, is legally and constitutionally obliged to provide security for the Edo people. If the state creates what they call an enabling environment, the people will play their role by becoming peaceful and law-abiding. You understand? If the states provide what they call infrastructural facilities, things like water, good roads, good hospitals, provide jobs for this army of jobless graduates, provide, provide sustenance for the people. If you're able to do that one, you don't need to tell the people, make them be today law-abiding and decent kind of people. Like my learned friend was saying before, I never actually wanted to mention names because that would be a breach of confidentiality. But he was making a point there. Remember, things like security is too big, make individual handle. That's why I'm fighting saying that state go handle one. Even things like the collection of taxes, now state they handle one. My learned friend there for diaspora as me day, now state now they handle this thing. We knew one regime for Benin City there. When he give collection of taxes to certain individuals, I don't want to mention it, but you know what I'm talking about. And that individual mismanaged and enriched himself, building hotels here and there. So that is the issue we are talking about. So things that concern security or infrastructural facility, provision of infrastructural facilities is supposed to be handled by the state. Like you were saying again, what role can the individual play? Yes, the individual, they are very keen on playing roles. But first of all, put food for their belly, make their life, ameliorate their existence. If you do that one, not be anybody will tell you, make this people law abiding. But in the state that we are, that is a kleptocratic state that we have, when there's no food, nothing going on well, people go they do bad things. But you know why? Human beings will learn by what they call osmosis. We see what is happening, we read it, and we hear it. We see people becoming stupendously rich just for nothing. Nigeria, I'm sorry if I talk about Nigeria, because if you are talking of security in Edo State, you cannot divorce Edo State from Nigeria, because Edo State is a microcosm of Nigeria. I'm sorry about that. So if I talk about Edo State now what did happen for Nigeria? Now they talk about. Edo State or Nigeria is a place where you go see a pauper, one poor man today. Tomorrow you just get million. Let us ask questions. How you take get this money? Rather than applauding that fellow, rather than getting our local musicians to wax their name into musical album, they sing their name to the high heavens. No. Let us ask, how did you get this money? If you tell our police officers, okay, this money, I get them because Muritala Mohammed tree, he had. He there for my compound. I go follow you go. If you get there, we see and say your tree, they produce money. We go thank you, say, well done. I bet give me some seed, me I go plant two from my house. So you try, you do well. But if we get there, we not see on that tree, then you be thief. We go arrest you and deal with you until we sanitize the system. That's what my brother said. I don't want to go into that one because now big thing. If you sanitize the system in Edo State, in English we say you cleanse the urgent stables. If you do that one, now all over Nigeria, if you're able to do it, you sanitize the police, you sanitize our politicians as well. Then you sanitize the common people.
So you wait for that. You wait for that because
then things will work.
Okay, you do well. You wait for that because now as you come in now, we say we don't already understand now. We say everything now come like say now one area now a day. So now that area now we talk about now say we go first resolve first. So now we now go to where our chief that day. So our chief bishop omogiade. So now as you hear us start what our professor talk for here now say see as it be, see the other side, see this side. I'm going to say they touch since. So now the issue now be say if now the contract will say 12 now will be say they now say waiting now the government will implement. So we would like make our chief talk about this one first for us. What thing the government now need to put in place? May all this one kill this one, the other one not kill the other one. Make it solve for that Edo State. Because you talk about the problem employment just now. We don't say that one joy too. So we'd like me to tell us your own side for it.
Well, my brother, first of all, the umbrella solution for all this problem now love and truth. Did you hear me so? When you dey honest to your people, the people go begin to learn how to be honest, and they go come they learn how to be good to the society. Now, like the professor talk just now, and of which I marry that in statement when he talks, say, poverty. You see, and when he also talks, say, people, they look up to the government. Not forget, say, our people, they're good in some certain areas. So I'll tell you what in our people good at. They're good to the copy. They're very good at that. Now, habit for them. And they look, inside that copy, they look into the government, how them they do their own. And how the prosecution, the consequences when the oga pata them, government do their own, politicians do their own, how many politicians they don't prosecute? How many government officials with thief money they don't prosecute? These are what these people look at.
That's it.
Once they don't see, say, one of the head of these personnel, you and I know. Now make me they tell you, say, this no be new problem. The solution, the government never still lay their hand on them. By the time they use two people as an example and sentence them to 30 years imprisonment and they to go to jail, my brother, I am telling you that this whole crime where you see in Edo State, when they know, say, two leaders, with notorious leaders or people where they know, say, they be the orchestrators of this problem, say they actually meet their Waterloo through with the consequences that is put in place by the government to enforce this. My brother, Ubini people, they talk, say, how you know how marwa work is obone? You not go use your mouth to tell anybody, say, make it stop them. No, again, our people, they're very good in stopping the bad habits. Once they know, say, the consequences, they applicable. That is the summary of no matter where we talk go left, talk go right, talk go north, come down. The solution lies in the hands of consequences. Now make Edo indigenous tomorrow with they promote law and order. When there is law and order, my brother, when they make you they enjoy the society where you they now for abroad, it's very simple. It's because there is consequences to anything wrong where you do. So, and you know, so that is the bottom line. And now they expect this government that is led by Governor Obaseki now to introduce something in this area, and of which I personally have said it thousands of times that this administration need to wake up in the area of security, because the area of security, my brother, yes, the administration has been doing well in other sectors. There is no doubt, you know, even to a layman. But the reality of it is that in the area of security, it does not meet up to standard. So of which the government need to buckle up, because what is the primary duty of a government? It's to protect life and property of the people. So now our people are dying. The Edo indigenous are dying. We are not happy. We are very, 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 very saddened. One Edo indigenous will die, they affect us as the promoter of Edo indigenous movement. Because now our own be that tomorrow, now that person I go stand for, now those people where they die. So now maybe our youth where we go stand for us, should in case we will need them in the future for anything. You understand? That they be the future of tomorrow. Now, another thing where we want make the government create.
But before we go to that one now, I would like to take small break, both for drink more water. We'll come back again before we go that one now. We'll go small break, both for drink more water. But people will come back again. Stop yours now. So the thing now be say, as everything can be like this now, because as you talking before, if we say make we use today take talk all these things, it no go finish. So we go like we go cut am small small so that next time we will talk wetin be say e really matter what be say this government need to do, because this one na your like say we can take touch their ear say una do one like this. So now we go like make you still continue for where for stop just now. That's Chief Bishop omogiade before we go to our professor, because our professor still get wetin be say he go talk. So we give you 3 minutes for this one. You say you quickly run am for us.
Okay, my brother, very thank you very much when you take say make I talk put again for that particular matter. But bottom line, I say, like as I they talk, they come just now. We need to also, the government need to also introduce some kind of counseling center, because my brother, we're talking about habit here. That's my area of profession. When something don't enter somebody blood, it take process for that person to change. Now make you can see the dividends of negative habit now from the people where they put for prison, where can't come out, where they will still go back to the crime. One would have expected that as they come out, they're supposed happy, then just automatically change themselves. But you go say as in a habit. So this habit, this area of habit, now something we be say we need to change. Now, the habit of the habit of crime, if we want apply a positive energy to that sector, which means we must set up something like counseling centers, for a paradigm shift of these people where we say then they catch. So not be just only about just carry them go jail, because we know say corruption never finish, we never complete the cleansing. So we must set up a counseling center and identify some of these people where we say we know say that they're notorious for the society, mobilize, give them some reasonable job. Even in that counseling centers, you go create a juicy package for them where you make them commit themselves. Number one, their responsibility should be about whistleblowing. Now then go let you know how many people where they their network where be say that they commit these bad things. And
okay, now,
yes.
now you do well. Now, so to our professor now, because for this one we be saying talk put now, more especially talking about your time. Now, if I mention employment materials now, we're talking about professor now. So now, for that one we be saying you talking about, you sure say you get any way be say this employment fit take ahead for this security matter?
Yes, because most of our people, they don't get employment, especially most of them when you finish university, And as you know, violence is the response, when grievances are not addressed, especially these genuine grievances in Benin City, the heartbeat of the nation. Now, it make people, they carry their grievances past different channels. And when we talk about security too, insecurity, say we go talk of the insecurity when hunger bring, when lack bring, when lack of job bring. And we also look at security that is propelled by politicians. Say some security day now when politicians they propel. Like recently, yesterday, the present governor, Obaseki, even said that political opponents hijacked the revolution that was going on in Nigeria, so much so that they go open prison and bring everybody out. We're not supposed to do that one, because that prison where we open, bring somebody out. I mean, during the 80s, we remember when we would strike for Ali Must Go, 1978. We have arrowheads, we have leaders like Ganifa Wemi, Alawa Kabasorun, and the rest of them, because Obasanjo government increased student fee. Now we say we not agree. We had leaders that addressed this issue, because sometimes it's good we learn to dialogue. Dialogue is better than diatribe. Dialogue is positive, but diatribe na kata na they bring. They open that prison now, they let people out, and most of the people they let out now, these are very, very wicked criminals, rapists, cutthroats, and killers. Now, Edo State has become the hotbed of violence, of greed, of killings, simply because we were unable to address our grievances through the proper order. That one is, by the way, we were talking of employment. Yes, employment can, make most of these people, make them keep their guns or their matches things down so that their mind go focus for their employment. The state must create employment. Look at what Lagos State they do now. Lagos State recently now, what did they do now? People when you finish university, anything, no matter what you go read, that government go give them soft loan, may they take, go enter soil, that is, do farm work. It go provide them with fertilizer, give them that loan. Students when you finish university will not get job. You know, give them this enabling environment. They go plant what they go plant. And when they reap them, maybe in a year's time, the government will provide market where they'll carry these things go. So I think it is time for most of us who are jobless there to embrace soil, back to soil. Let's go back to soil. This idea of all of us want begin to do, they look for work for oil company. There's one joke when one of my friends talk. He said, when we there for universities, I go talk and say, I want work for oil company. If I finish the oil company, now I go work. He said, when he finish now, Granite Oil Company self, he not go get. That is funny. So when I be trying to make I say, I be say, employment is very, very good. Let the states take into employment. You know, create employment for the people. Try to imbibe what they happen for Lagos. Give our people fertilizers. Give them a grant to cultivate. Give them soft loan. Ensure that if they harvest this thing, there's a particular place that they're going to take it to. And if they begin to do that one, I think this insecurity in Edo State, it not go finish so because there are certain bad head. That's what my friend talk and say. We need a complete sanitization of the system, and that will take time. But if they do this one, insecurity or state of killings will be reduced to its barest minimum. You know, but it will be reduced to its barest minimum. So I'm using this opportunity to call on the state governor to create job for the people. I just beg that they should create job for the people. And let us begin to tell ourselves some truths. Because if you look critically, what did happen amongst the black race as a whole? Not be COVID-19 be our problem. Not be lack as such. Not be gonorrhea herself. What will be our problem is this rabid hatred of the black man to his own kind. Anywhere where black man, even for here, when you go see our Benin people, first of all, they can avoid you. Even if you are trying to preach the good thing, what did they go talk about? Say, you want to claim, say no now. Most of us, we know they claim, say we know. There's a particular English proverb say, if you ain't got it, you can't float it.
So now, as you do well for that obviously you talk. Now, because we not be say because of time we be say we they maintain too. So now for this employment we be say you don't already talk just now, say you still get part we be say go play. So now we would like to make we go for where our bishop there for there. Make it tell us. Because it already people to match take touch small for inside those ones we say you see called put match just now. So now we would like make it tell us now because as government
sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut you just for 1 minute.
Okay, talk.
Not be only employment alone. Thank you. Okay. Our infrastructural facilities, water board, what happened to water board? What happened to NEPA? All this is if you privatize all these infrastructural facilities, you are killing the people because the private people when you give them to now the highest bid that you go give, so you not go reach the poor man. So let us resuscitate this NEPA water board. All this is when it die. Now government they go give us well. I not see the reason why we not get water again for Benin City. So these are a lot of things. We need to overhaul our values rather than applaud the few when it get wet. Now so now be the solution for me.
Okay, you do well. You do well. So, Chief Dr. Bishop Omogiade, I beg we would like make you emphasize on this matter well for us because somebody yesterday will be say we still talk to. He put matter of that one and say person will be say get what they do. Say get work where they work. Get check and say now so you want to go follow person fight. So we would like now make our chief make him tell us that one. What if we say concern this one? We say they're talking about now concern this employment matter or infrastructure or whatever. We say these people if we do now, we they take ease the mind of these people. They say they kill themselves.
My brother, thank you very much. It's very important. Make we they understand. Say problems they peculiar for different places. You see, like Edo, the problem with the Edo is different from the problem with any other state for Nigeria. Edo indigenes will be very proud people, and our nature be that. You get to understand, say our people like big things. Now, wait till they enter their eye be that. When we talk about employment, say make them employ them. No be say this present administration, we don't try put some kind of employment procedures in place, and of which my company, patronize them by employing some certain people from there. Call a do job. This government put that whatnot into place since the past 4 years when them do them. But is that the solution? The 100% solution? It's a step of progress, but more need to be done. That is not yet done. Now, what need to be done now is the increment of wages. Government need to find a way and manner. Like I said, our people are big where our boys. They're not be small things that they talk, and also our guests too. They should release the pressure when they put on these young boys, including the parents. All these are all psychological effects that drives people into crime. Now, the government need to set up some kind of attractive package. I will continue to emphasize on that terminal, that position. Attractive package in this employment industry.
Sorry, we'll come again. That attractive package you're talking about now, if you break it down for us, because we not get the full meaning of that attractive package. Because that package, the big things, might be.
When they talk about attractive package, when you say now one thing to set up, say a do job, say waiting. The boys know say if they want to go work, say only maybe 25,000 a month. Now they go pay them for the job where they want give them. But if government set aside and reach them do. What is the big deal of setting up 10 million aside to say any company will employ these people? Because like I tell you, me an employer of labor for the town, if I know they employ at least 80 people, they work under me for my company for there. So now, if as we subscribe to employing those people based on the minimum wage, if you eventually say, okay, as a government, say, okay, any company will employ people through that Edo job when the government set up, we go add 10,000 naira on top to that particular person. This now from government, and make it very public. Make people know, say government, they set aside 10,000 naira for anybody where they gainfully employed. If the report, that's why I also said earlier, say maybe then they set up, like a counseling, a department where they handle all these employment, youth employment or employment matters, or most of all these youths. We should have a center, and this center should be responsible in handling issues that is related to the youths that are, or people that are employed from that channel, and they should be also responsible to make sure that these packages, they're not dive on for road. All these politicians not dive on for road, because it's one thing for governor or government to approve something. It's another thing for it to read the people handle. Then another problem. This not the biggest problem where the state have, even the country at large, will be civil servant. Now they be the main problem for that state. Once money they come from government, once it reach their hand, they go just devour them first. Because you must settle them before they go allow the money go down. So that's another one. That's number one. Then number two, the issue of the commissioners in charge of different, sectors. They should be held accountable for any setbacks in their sectors, because all these commissioners, majority of them, they sleep. I'm not going to lie to you. Now the town I dey now, not be say I dey Obodo Yibo dey stay. Now the town I dey, I be employer of labor there. I know everything where they happen there. Now where all these things they happen now, where the commissioner of justice, waiting how fine don't work out for this man. Everybody they look governor don't spread out sometimes, spread out in that. So these are areas where the governor himself, we need to put eye on the people when they employ. He should not employ people based on political benefits or empowerment. You not go fit carry carpenter, go put for the position of a scientist. The result not go come out from there. because now the government now division of labor, and government should also learn to partner with different companies. The data of all this, look at this part of the world now, my brother. If anything they happen now, are two things that they check. They go check the data of that person's identity. They'll check. Secondly, they go look into the previous record. The previous record of any individual, and they determine the habit where the person carry. And that one they help this government where they this part of the world to identify the people where be safe. Now yam you the thief, or they go no say okay, if yam lost for this area, they go consult you. They will even make you consultant. Once you begin to change your way, at least they don't already identify. Say, okay, this now Oyinya Laho, be your people, come and make you talk to your people. And you see that the government begin to have results. So when the government, they introduce things like this, they should not only just introduce it, they should introduce it with love, my brother. Now, ask me, when I talk earlier about say poverty, and of which my brother Agbonlaho also mentioned something like that. Poverty, my brother, hunger, join where they contribute to this problem. Hunger and pride. You know, our people, most of them, no be hunger they cause them. Now big eye. Now they cause some. Somebody will get iPhone 5 now. If iPhone 10 come out, he go do something way bad in order for him to get money to upgrade himself to that level. Not be saying a phone is fine. To talk about food for that time, my brother. Our country as we they talk about them so, to be honest with you, not be that extreme hunger, not being de Bini again, no. Not be extreme hunger, not de Bini. If you go to places like Mali and Burkina Faso and all those northern states, you see the real hunger, where they call hunger. And if you check the statistics down, all these northern people where they that part of the northern place, other than their terrorist activity, they're not they just carried go the thief like this. So the bottom line, I say now, big things our people they put their mind. So if government fit create anything where be say it take attract all these people we not get job, we make her look juicy, maybe just declare a meal, lunch for them. You just start up just to capture them into that net, and make they get opportunity till they get. Oh boy, my brother, you get to understand something. See, most of these people, they not get proper counsel and they not get guidance. Now, waiting you hear, now you take the change. And another thing, be say, you know, if you change somebody without the person's authorization. So therefore, you go need the person attention, not to get the attention of these boys. And I will tell you something, like I did talk earlier, they come before. When you go to all these police stations, all the police in our state, I will tell you for your information, there is no leader of criminal where they don't know. We know the concept to them. I'm telling you this. If you don't know that, you should know that. They must come their place because they know them. They must come the dialogue with them constantly. That they can't settle them. For anybody to become a warlord in Edo State, he get a permanent relationship with the Oga Patakata of police for the state. You have to know that. So therefore, if the police want provide solution, and if the governor or government want provide solution, now just like I think of an eye. Now we talk about the violence where they go on for the state earlier before now. Now all of a sudden a meeting was held and the matter died down. So you can understand that okay, the people they in charge of these matters. People they in charge of these matters, and the matters these matters where people they in charge of. Not forget, I said earlier that majority of those people they inside government as leaders in politics. So as they be leaders now, the matter go come they tough because now the pre-existing mentality where they get to say if you fight me, I fight you. So number one solution of all those street matter, any organization will be say it constitute violence or they constitute murder for the society, declare it as a terrorist organization and pursue it with justice to the letter. I'm talking about the country at large.
You do well, you do well, you do well. We do well, Chief Dr. Bishop Omogiade, you do well. So now, make we take closer this matter where we see the talk. I would like make our professor. Our professor, so we're gonna give you time now. Maybe say you tell instruct us well. Maybe say concerning this matter before we say we'll come down from this talk. Maybe say we'll discuss this. So we want to make your part. I mean, you tell us your part to close this matter now before we postpone that for another day.
As I talk on now I see the talk on. First of all, I hear what my brother talk, which is very, very nice. I believe say rather than give somebody fish, make you give a net, make go fish for himself. We know the truth that's the real issue. Create jobs for these people and let them have job. My brother was talking about increment the salary. Now somebody will not get job when you want to increase salary. I say create job for the lower people, not be the middle class when you go increase the salary. The people when they fight, when they carry gun to dinner, the people when you discard for society, when you don't get regard for, or when you think say they are nobody. Now then they cause the same problem. So if you carry these people, give them job and watch the creation of this job. Watch as this job they grow. Watch what they do. Watch what they produce come out. If you do one, like I talked about before, we're not going to reduce insecurity, not going to stop, but you go help in the long run to make sure say the country or the state is stable. And besides that one, besides that one, you know, say most of us we are not really honest amongst ourselves. Like you make mention of certain police officers knowing the criminal, the head of criminals in society. That's what we spoke about. The total sanitization of society, Nigeria as a whole, and Benin City in particular. If we go do that one, if we submit ourselves to do that one, I think it's going to be one good way. You remember allocation of money when they come from Abuja, most of them they share amongst themselves. You know, they reach the ground, the people when they lack, when I talk about. Make them give job for those people. And make them make sure, say, when they get money now, they give us allocation now. We make sure, say, we get water to drink for that place. Make them make sure, say, we get food to eat. Make you empower these people. Now it will be the best thing. My brother, I talk about people when they go mentally unbalanced, say they need to be cancelled. What did they cause this craziness? Now, lack of food, though. They're not crazy. So if you see that they're a big league, they're not crazy at all. Now, lack of employment, they don't give enjoy the crazy again. So the onus of my matter, to say it without messing words, I've written about these things a lot. In all of my journalistic articles I've written about it. In my books, political books I've also written, not this social political, this one, not these ones. I've spoken about this thing. Let us begin by creating job. Not increase their salary yet. Give these people a job first. Then let's keep our fingers crossed. If they misuse that opportunity, we will know how to deal with them. But give them job. Now, job, right for me, that be the solution. Thank you very
much. My moderator, make I quickly respond to what Professor talk just now.
Okay.
Professor Uato, you see the challenges in Edo is a peculiar one. Like I said before, I be employer of labor there, they live there. You see, if you look at Edo today, if you go Edo today, just drive from Saple Road to Country Home to Ubo, then to Airport Road. Just pay attention to every shops or building where you see there will be business centers. About 60% of those places, they look for people who want to work. I'm not missing word by telling you that. And the biggest job when I do for back home as a CEO for classified company, now interviews. When these people come, they work for 1 month, as they collect money, they don't go. No, so not be just work to create the work. Now they tell you so, say the government don't create Edo jobs. And they did well in setting up that Edo jobs. And that particular Edo jobs, they liaise with companies where get job to offer. Now, if you tell somebody, say, make it come work for your company or for government, you want to pay 15,000 naira a month, sir. That 15,000 naira, if the person they live for Pasakpoba, transportation don't already collect that 15,000 naira now. So when the pikin look the matter, it go say na yeye thing that they do. I'm just telling you the reality of what they go on ground. So if you want to give somebody job, you must make like I said, you have to understand that our people, not be small-minded people. Majority of the money where they come up for diaspora now, Edo they go. Well, we'll go check statistics of how much Western Union they enter Edo. Money they enter the town. The people have access. The young boys they get access to money. And not forget, say our people they very, our young boys today they're very free in releasing money where they reach their hand. Let's not forget that. But what I'm trying to tell you now, say, if you want to make our people begin enjoy work where they work, you must first of all make them attractive. My brother, like all these big people where they Edo State, how many of them, or the government or governors or anybody where be say get money, they do well for the state, how many of them don't go for 2 days without eating food? Make they just take them as just as fasting proceed. Make them for understand how bad it a day for somebody to go for a day. Say eat. Yes, the percentage of these people will be say them fall into this extreme below poverty sector. They are about 20% extreme in Edo. Now, those people now, if they want to work for you now, it would be nice, say somebody work finish. After I calculating transportation, this is what I get. I'm trying to tell you from experience when I interview people. When somebody where they live for Ugbawo, when he calculates in transportation alone, not be feeding, in transportation alone for the job where you want to give them, your job will be 25,000. In transportation alone is 18,000. How you want make that person continue work? So go abandon the job. So the work them they there. When they talk say work not they, I don't agree with that one because the reality on ground, I will take anybody anywhere on this debate that the reality on ground is that there is job day. Now the people, now them,
but they don't want to work.
The people no one work, number one, and when I do research about the reason why they don't want work, most of the pay no they juicy. If you put I'll give you instant. If you just put say just a waiter now, for instance, which is a common job for Benin because of hotels, or steward, say 50,000 naira, my brother, for a month. As they tell you, just try them as an experiment. The whole people where they all pass Akpoba, they go fall in line to get that job. They go drag put. I am telling you the truth. So increment of salary, now number one thing where they get to look into. So because all of them, all these boys where they talk to, they know where the job full everywhere. Even person where they will get kiosk, they put them for them. Says boy wanted, this one wanted, reception wanted, ijabrata for Bini, but the pay no water for them because they get big eye. And moreover, in my own analysis, I see them say, ordinarily, if we are human beings, we should understand, say, nobody in his right mind go come work for you for the money, only with the money where you go take enter transport alone. So, my dear brother, the bottom line is that the government and the governor knows this. Not be say they don't know. Now, I have personally spoken to the people in that particular department of Edo job in series of occasions and tried as much as possible to speak to them, to have the government to get involved in making this thing very attractive. Now, I'll tell you what happens if we are able to do this. Number one, at that time, you will now see the people will now be, all their time in the streets will now be deviated. Don't forget, say, an idle man is the devil's workshop. When somebody dey, he no get something where they do, and everything where they want to do, don't look am say he no go favor am, he no go reach am, even eat anything, talk less of say to give him girlfriend. Don't forget, say this women influence for the state. Now, one of the major things where they make boys they do crime. The one entice girls, our women now are too demanding in the state. So this is a very important point I'm telling you now that has to do with psychology and how our people, our boys are thinking now. Because festive period they come, they get to settle them, and the way that they want to settle them for their festive period, not be small thing. And these are people where be say, as they collect here, they go collect here, they collect here. So this mentality has to be that night. Now there the counseling comes in from, because all these people, you don't know the parents will bring them up or how they take grow up. We have not been able to look into the name make in this part of the world for Obodo Ibo. If you look at them, then they bring most of their people where they notorious close to themselves. They will set up some kind of, department, whether welfare department or whatever, make it they overlook this sector and they reevaluate, give these people some kind of counseling, make them see they talk to them. Because if you not see person way talk to you, my brother, now the one way now you go take act. There's no way you go take no better without you getting, first of all, getting attention of your government. Say, okay, my government love me, and I make them, they call us, say, make we enter this grant. Say they go even give us small thing, join them. Now the reality just be this. So that small thing, once that small thing don't they involve, say something go follow and come, that mentality, then you will now see your people begin to respond. They will just begin to respond. And as they respond with that time where they respond to you. You don't navigate them off of negative mindset to a more of a positive mindset.
So you do well. Chief Dr.Bishop Omogiade, you do well for this important matter. Where we say you and our professor, we like say, okay, black say don't they come back again because black say get into a problem before. So where we say on a put mad for the matter, we say it really concern this insecurity for our country, for Edo State there. So now the issue we say, we like say we'll call on again for this matter because we will make a part 2. Make people here will be saying they listen to us now because not be waiting be say we will finish for under 1 day because it matter long well. Things we say we need to do for this matter, not be small thing. So today we would like to put this talk. We say we don't talk, so put for ground like this. So before we close up, we would like make we see ask our professor Agbonlaho, what do you think about Obaland magazine for what we say they do so? Hello, Black saying get that problem for inside.
I must commend you really.
Okay.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I have to relog in again. Anyway.
Okay.
I must commend you. You do you do waiting. You exceeded our expectations. So I really thank Obaland magazine. You are doing a very marvelous job. It's least expected, but well done. You are really taking Edo to greater heights, and I must commend you for that. Well done. God bless.
You do well. You do well. So now we then go to our chief, Dr. Bishop Omogiade. We know say you've heard many things for buy for us before, but would like me to tell people who say they hear us now what you still think about Obaland TV for what TV say they do so.
Well, number one, we get to understand say anything we be indigenous. We get to now we not get choice than to promote them because they do say Eboma Agogona Meroji. Our own is that we are looking forward to this your station to get to a height of CNN. Anything where we say we go do to make sure say we put hand to support you. Now we go do and we go do them very well. And we call on each and every boy and girl out there will be from Edo and Edo indigene. Make them put hand to take support anything of our own. One of our aims and our vision is to make sure that we prioritize every of our own products and we patronize each other and make sure our money rotates in our circulation more than 5 times because before it can go to a non-indigenous circulation. So, my brother, as I stand here, my mouth is not enough to express how proud, or words are not enough to express how proud I am to be a part, or to be, be interviewed by my homeland TV station. Most people invite me for interviews, and I decline. They're not a quick see my face for interviews. But when it comes to when I say the word Obaland, that means you are talking about me, not just only the state. So, my brother, keep it up, and God will continue, and our ancestors will continue to empower you to a greater height.
You do well, you do well, you do well. So, my people, we are not here. So this one, an important matter, we say we can't talk this evening. Because of time, we say we know say a lot of people get this way they do too. So we go put up for part 2, because the next time we can't talk about waiting go assist our people for them, most especially the children and our old mama. We be say they for that those stay for there. We be like say everybody or the government or whosoever, it be like say that you abandon them, because we dey see child abuse well, we dey receive news. So they send us many things wey be say concern children. When they look at the go station, see they arrest them for what be say they don't do. So next time, my people, we will still tell una the time we be say we will still continue enter this our TV station. More call let una know how government go fit still try to resolve those issues. Maybe this one will talk very small today, we go add and join now. So for those of you who say don't they follow Obaland magazine, we tell you now, if you want to be the follow us for our station for Obaland TV and radio station, now please they follow us for our website, where we say Obaland, what they call www.obalandtv.com. If you just enter there, we now see different news where we say they carry, where we say it concern most especially our people. We be say a day for that, don't stay there. So we should now do well. So now we go live now. Next time, I beg, Chief Dr.Bishop omogiade, I beg. Next time we'll call you, when you come for this important matter, and our professor too, Agbonlaho, I beg. If we call you, make you not talk say you know they come. May you come put man for this matter, because we see and here they say it concerns you, it concerns everybody. So my people, we say we now do well.
Before my people go, I go tell them say, as Edo indigenes, make una join hands with Edo indigenous movement. Make we dey promote Edo indigenous empowerment and put our people first. Register as Edo Indigenes at www.edoindigenes.org, and God will bless us as we promote our unity amongst ourselves. God bless you all.
Okay, now do well, my people. So I better make una